Okay, hey everybody, it's Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project. And I'm sorry if you just make the background here pretty quick because maybe my thing is not in all the way. So hold on one second. Anyway, so there's something that I wanted to talk to people about. So let me just make sure that my volume is up, should be in, so we should be okay. All right, so I've kind of been working with this thing, and I kind of want to talk to people about it so that they can understand. So I'm on the road because I got food donations, and I work in tandem with Food Not Bombs because there are nights that I can't, on the Monday nights I can't really go and help to make the dinner. And I'm sorry you can only see the top of my head. I apologize for that. May have been more interesting if I let you see the road as I was driving. So I'm on my way to do the hustle because some of the stuff is perishable, to get it to a chain of people so that it can get to the dinner tonight, and so more stuff for the homeless people. So people don't realize, like homeless people under the bridge, they don't have an ID, so they can't go to a food bank. You can't go to get food if you don't have an ID. And the other thing too is, like, they don't have transportation. They don't have nothing. They have zero. So, this is why I'm really into, helping the homeless. Okay, so years ago I was reading, because when I was in biodynamic, when I was taking my biodynamic herbal medicine course, farming course, we went back. I had a really cool teacher, and so we went back and we looked at things in agriculture in the past. And one of them was, what happened during the Great Depression from an agricultural point of view, which is really pretty horrifying. And people just don't get what's happening now. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. One of the things was that it was on money, like what the first money was. And the first money were silver coins. And how they had their original value was, you basically had 10 sheep in the field, or you had 10 coins in your pocket. And so I didn't really put it all together until about 2 months ago. So you would have to have those sheep from babies, and you would have to raise them, keep them safe, for a period of time until you got them safely to market, and sold them for each coin, right? Each coin was a sheep or a coin. So there was no inflationary value. There was no inflationary, no inflationary stuff. So I don't know, about 10 years ago, I was doing a study on kind of money, because, I was really getting heavily into agriculture and really looking at what really is an asset. And what I found was that the real asset is land, and the real asset is farming, and having a diverse land so that you have everything that you can eat or make on your land. And you can do that. Everything that you need to make clothes, to paper, to medicines, every possible thing you can make. You just have to grow the right plants. We're even talking like plant dye. I mean, I grew some Hopi sunflowers, seeds, plants in 2018, and they used the dye, the black dye, of the plants, right? And to dye stuff, right? So the seeds, right, that come out that are black, you make a dye out of it. And so there's a lot of plants. I mean, original dyes came from fish, shellfish, plants, you know, like the whole, you know, kind of like the whole 9 yards kind of a thing. Okay, anyway, I'm getting kind of, I don't want my tablet to get too hot. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy real quick. Anyway, I'm looking a little rough today, but it was just today that was the day that kind of that I really needed to kind of make this video. So I just need to park for a second because I have to run in and let them know I'm here so that I can offload the goods. Okay. So I'm just going to park right here for 1 second. I'm going to turn the air conditioning off. Well, I'm going to leave it on low for you know who. Okay, so this is kind of like what it boils down to. So I was looking into silver and gold and, you know, different kinds of, you know, solid assets, and, you know, was learning how silver was really held down. Really, really, really held down. I mean, they use all this paper, fake paper silver on the markets, the banks, in order to drive down the price of silver constantly. U.S., you know, their original attachment to their dollar, remember, silver dollars, silver certificates, paper dollar certificates that, you know, the government won't even take anymore. I had a whole bunch of them, and they were like, nope, we don't take them anymore. And then I was listening about 2 years ago to this guy, and I can't remember his name. He is, I believe he's Swiss. He runs the 2 top metal vaults in the world for the elite. You know, he has all these degrees and economic backgrounds. He's been running these vaults like 30 years. He's the head guy. And he started talking about, you know, with inflation and all the numbers, and if you run all the numbers, that right now silver is worth $600 an ounce. But it's not, because they keep driving it down. But that's what the value of it would have been 2 years ago. And so, you know, I got all that, right? That it's just being, you know, way repressed. And then it was 2 months ago that it finally dawned on me, you know, with all these different pieces coming together in this picture. Silver is the labor, the human labor. Silver is the human labor. So this is why they keep silver so driven down. So if in like what the 1930s, they were paying people 1 or 2 ounces of silver a day for labor, then let's talk about what the labor would be worth now. If you got 1 or 2 ounces of silver today, and the labor wasn't devalued by the devaluation of the silver, then your day's wages would be $600 to $1,200. If fair market value right now, or 2 years ago, was 1 ounce of silver was $600, right? But they're not going to give us that until the fiat dies, because they have to keep it exceptionally low because it regulates the labor market. The human labor market was like, oh my God, because what would have silver done originally with the sheep? Well, that coin would have been worth the labor of you monitoring those sheep, making sure they were fed properly, taking them from pasture to pasture, sleeping with them, fighting off wild animals to keep them alive so that you could take them to market fat and happy, so that you could get your silver coin, so that you could go and buy another one and start over again, right? That's labor. That's labor. So labor, human labor, and you probably won't find this anywhere because they're not going to tell you. I mean, but really, why is the silver market so repressed? Because it goes back to human labor and agriculture. And people got paid in the United States silver for a day's wages up until who knows when. But, the money was still backed by silver in the U.S. until 1971. So in 1971, not only did they create inflation, or people could have credit that they could steal all your other value you worked for out of you, but they could also keep driving labor down and your value of that labor that you're putting into it. So, back then, people would save to buy a car or save to buy a house, because human labor equaled production of things. And so, it's amazing to me, like, how they erase things out of history, how they minimize things, how they change the narrative. It just blows my mind. And it was like so mind-blowing 2 months ago. And like the more I've been thinking about it and juggling it around, and realize, like, that's why all these other silvers are worth all, gold and platinum and palladium and silver still is worthless, because they had to drive it down to keep human labor worthless so that they could pay for it, because it produces everything in the world. And then they can raise the value of all this other stuff, skyrocket it. And then ultimately inflation, we can't afford it. And then we have to get it with credit, right? They bait us in with credit, and ultimately they get the product back, and they get to eat up all that human labor, right? They get to eat up all that human labor, right? Anyway, I just wanted to put this video out just for something for people to think about. And I know that I don't talk a lot about economics. If I do, it's usually tied to agriculture. And I want to start doing more videos. I can't even begin to tell you how, I have thrived emotionally and mentally, spiritually, and physically through this whole COVID thing. And I just recently came out 3 weeks ago. And so, not that I have any clients, but I don't work on people anymore that have been vaccinated. And because I'm not going to die over, not getting the value of my labor out of anything anymore. But especially the last year and a half has been brutal. But the last 4 months have been super, super, super brutal. And I've just been like holding on. And like the rest of you out there, I can't get myself unemployment because of this damn ID me thing, and I got it done. And unemployment is still withholding my unemployment. And, I've second time qualifying for the SBA business grant because I didn't get it the first time. Last year, because everybody had already gotten it, so they sent me an email, so I reapplied. That was like 35 days ago. They say that they usually release the money, you get a message or something within like 25 days. Zero. They keep calling the unemployment office. They're like, blah, do this, and then you got to wait 7 days. Do this. So, like, even though the last stimulus for the unemployment, I still haven't gotten it. Weeks and weeks and weeks. Also, I haven't gotten my tax return either I'm just mind boggled. The tax return you're supposed to get in 21 days. It's like 47 days today. Still no tax return. You know, no matter how many times I call these people, they have no information. They have nothing to tell you or say. So things have been just super, super hard. They're just been like so unbelievably, epically difficult and shouldn't be difficult. So I'm going to throw in another thing. You know, I've been really working with letting go, you know, and letting the Creator handle and manage things. Because I've just been so unbelievably angry like the last 4 months. Like I'm getting to the point now, if I get really angry over it, I have to just leave it alone and just ignore it and not deal with it anymore, because I just can't. I'm exhausted. I can't deal with the stress. And it dawned on me today that I have to turn the air on. My little partner's she's a little hot. Oh, let's have a Jen sighting. Hi, Jen. How are you? Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Because, you know, my pals Lenny and other people always get mad if there's no Jen sighting. Well, where's Jen? Where's Jen? Where's Jen? There she is. There she is. So I finally got it, that, you know, the only way that the Creator can manage karma of this world, if, you know, karma exists, is if I just completely let go and ignore it and forget about any of it, right? And it's the only way that, number one, it can get sorted out. And then, you know, vengeance, you know, if we go to the Bible, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But you have to step out of it and allow it to happen, because by me staying in it, I'm still protecting all these people, right? I'm still protecting them all from releasing it and allowing, you know, the money to roll through, the people to get what they deserve. Because a lot of people deserve a lot of bad things. Like, I've had some serious stuff happen, and one particular thing that I totally let go of, I was shocked when it came back around on that person and what happened. And, you know, I had let go of it. I had no hard feelings. And then when it came back around, basically the person got hammered, so hammered that they're probably going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. So I realized, you know, like, I don't know what that person's done. I don't know what that government agency's done. I don't know what's going on with all this money. I don't know. But all I can do is I can just step away, or blow it off, erase it, and not focus in on it. And if I get codependent, I got to tell myself, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. Like I tell my dog, drop it, let go of it, let go, let go, let go. Drop it, drop it, drop it. And that's what I have to keep repeating to myself until I do. So I've learned a valuable lesson in, I just have to let go and not, you know, try to make, you know, rainbows and unicorn farts and cotton candy, but let go. So, you know, whatever the forces are that want to deal with it, they can deal with it in the manner that they want to deal with it. I mean, what if this person that got super hammered had done so much of this to so many other people? It's not just about me, but I was holding that last thread of them dealing with their karma or their or, you know, their payment of whatever needs to happen, or, you know, maybe even a lesson of greater understanding that they're going to have to take into another life, or that they're going to have to carry out this world in. And, you know, I don't know exactly what that is. It's just, you know, it's between you and the Creator and the good spirits and the ancestors. I mean, that's what it's attached to. So anyway, I'm learning. Yeah, today is a big start in letting go of anger. And anyway, I've got to go deliver the foods for the Food Not Bombs, and so they can get it in the fridge and out of the heat. And so, yeah, just keep taking care of those that don't have what they need the best way that I can. And I'm grateful that I can help other people. I mean, maybe if they get a gallon of milk, it's going to be like the best day ever, right? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Thanks so much. Love all of you. Thanks for watching my videos. Thank you for watching my radio show or listening. You know, thank you for your support. And yeah, just thank you. Bye-bye.